Hello everyone and welcome to Game 3 in the series between NoxOut and Jaxx. Currently, Jaxx has a 2-1 advantage, not 3-1 advantage in Game 4. Nox spawning as the green Terran player here at what I'll call the 2 o'clock position. Meanwhile, Jaxx spawning as the orange Protoss here at the 5 o'clock position. Now, the first thing I gotta say is I don't know how long this game is. Normally, you can have a little bit of an idea about how long a game is based upon the replay timer and based upon the video timer. Unfortunately, I think whoever uploaded this replay he may have not have left the game as it ended. The actual game time supposedly is 2.5 hours. If you guys do see, I may have to break this up into 2 separate videos, as I don't know if I can record 2 straight hours. I may have to encode, but then again, I may be giving this warning all for naught. Now, we're going to see Jaxx doing a very early scout and will come across his Terran opponent already as the probe now comes up the ramp. SCV looks like he will be scouting in the wrong direction, and now in comes a barracks, and an SCV will be coming off the mineral line as well to lend a hand, or I guess a drill, as damage is being dealt to the probe already. That probe, it's just going to naturally recharge its shields, and SCV trying to get ahead of it, and it looks like it was able to get in some natural damage as the probe now needs to back off. That's always what you're looking to do. You're trying to get a little bit of damage onto that probe just so the shields do not continue to recharge, as the probe playing a very smart game so far, letting the shields completely recharge both sides. Oh, and nice mineral path straight through the SCV there, as now this probe should scout out the gas, and no, most likely a Reaper expansion will be coming underway once more. SCV still looking to scout out on this map. The probe wandering around on the inside here, taking a look, zapping those SCVs, but a Marine will be popping out momentarily, as we are now getting into a cybernetics core here in the base of Jaxx. Jaxx so far has been playing some amazing games in terms of macro. If I have to rate these players, I would say that Jaxx's macro is superior, and NoxOut, though, when he has very small armies, can utilize them and utilize them very effectively. We'll see what's going to be happening here, as we do have one probe sitting at the Zonaga Tower. This SCV scouring the map and will only find his opponent at the 4-minute mark. And by this time, a Stalker and a Zealot may already be out. Zealot being chrono boosted, Stalker going to be coming out just next. No chrono boost on the warp gate, though, as the SCV wandering around sees that there is no Nexus here, and now going to retreat and return home. NoxOut going into 2 barracks this time, as opposed to going into a straight up Reaper expand, and he is also getting a lot of gas. This is a rather strange opening to go double barracks, double gas, as we are now going into a 3rd barracks. I am rather confused. Perhaps he knows something about the game that I don't, as a Reaper going to catch up to that probe. Down it goes, taken down rather easily. The Reaper getting the final shot there, as we are now getting stim pack. You can see that the Terran player NoxOut sitting on about 200 gas now, and he has no real way to spend it unless he goes Mass Reaper. Now, Mass Reaper, not the most utilized strategy, as we can see that there is a Reaper currently hiding in the fog there. A Nexus is being warped in, and I'm really curious as to what is going to be done or to utilize this gas, or perhaps is he going to stop harvesting gas? No. NoxOut still getting 200 gas a minute without any real way to spend it. Now, we may see a transition into Ghosts. Yes, Ghosts are going to be trained, but I would have thought if he wanted to go Ghosts, a Ghost costs 200, wait, what is this over here? Okay, the Ghost Academy. So if he really wanted to go Ghost, he really doesn't need that much gas, unless he's also going to go for the Mobius reactor early. Marines are being added here. You can see Marines and a lot more Marines. So this is going to be a straight up Marine Ghost push with a couple Marauders. Now, where are those ghosts? Are we going to see a Mobius reactor is a question. We need 600 minerals in order to train 3 ghosts, and really doesn't need that much. I'm sure he would rather have 400, 200 right now than 200, 400. Marauders still being added. There's the first Ghost now being trained. Ghost, yeah, very not that expensive in terms of gas. 150 versus 200, 100. Some Terran players like the 150. Some Terran players like the 200, 100. Very difficult to say, as we are now getting a second Ghost and perhaps even a third. Mules, or you can see that SCV production has been halted. NoxOut looking to do a one base push here, as ghosts are making their way out. The first ghost is already out. The ghost does deal a lot of damage against zealots and sentries, which will be the main target. Stim has been completed. Combat shield has not been completed, even though the concussive shells have. And now more Marines are still being added to this group, and the second ghost is joining in on the fight. The ghost being very careful to stay separate, making sure that they can get decent EMP shockwaves. And now 2 ghosts and a handful of Marines, but is it going to be able to open this up? You can see that the sentries, zealots, and the stalkers, they're still going to be able to fight back here, as the ghosts and the marauders are now making their way up the ramp. And I do not believe Jaxx is ready for this. Jaxx has no idea what's coming, as the one Marine going to simply stim up the ramp. There you go. Are we going to get... There's an EMP shockwave. There's another EMP shockwave. All the sentries lost all of their energy. No more force fields. And over-reliance on force fields may have been the downfall of Jaxx here, as the ghosts are in the back getting off sniper shots, dealing a lot of damage. One zealot pretty much destroyed, as the ghosts are now going up the ramp. And wow, Jaxx with this one base push, getting in a lot of damage. And Immortal not able to make its way out. Probes coming off the mineral line. The Ghost hanging around over here. Not quite sure why they're not engaging against these other units. And the Zealot going to fall very quickly, as the Ghost deals so much damage here. And we now see even more Marines and more units being added. The Observer has spotted this, and I'm not sure how Jaxx can survive this. Marauders are coming back over. The Ghosts should really be dealing damage to the Stalkers, perhaps preventing any more engagement. The Ghosts just being held off over here, as probes are now being forced to run away. One Stalker, a new round of Warpin may be coming in shortly. The probes, the Ghost, what is going to be happening, as the Ghosts now need to back off, taking down probes very quickly, able to one-shot them. No EMP shockwave, as the Marauders and the Marines finish off the rest of the Ghosts, or sorry, Marauders and Marines finish off the rest of the probes, and there's the GG. Wow. Alright, so what I originally thought was a very long game turned out to be a really short one. Really well played, really well executed strategy by NoxOut. NoxOut getting those Ghosts, landing those EMP shockwaves, and really preventing any force fields had a very devastating effect. I would have liked to have seen NoxOut go for combat shield, perhaps add a little bit more units to his army, but that simply wasn't the case. But really well played, as we are now going into a Game 5 in this Best of 5 series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.